दोस्तों यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे कुछ रिपोर्ट्स बनाई हुई है, इसके ऊपर मैं आपको फार्मूला अप्लाई करके दिखाऊंगा। ओके दोस्तों फार्मूला अप्लाई करते हैं। इफ़ स्टेटमेंट। दोस्तों यहाँ पे मैंने एक स्टूडेंट रिपोर्ट बनाई हुई है, स्टूडेंट रिजल्ट रिपोर्ट है ये। नेम, वर्ड, एक्सेल, पावर पॉइंट, ये मार्क्स दे रहा हूँ मैं इसमें, और एवरेज परसेंटेज। यहाँ पे मैंने रिमार्क्स में मैंने मेंशन किया हुआ है पास और फेल। इसको मैं यहाँ से रिमूव कर देता हूँ। अब दोस्तों हमें यहाँ लिखा हुआ पासिंग क्राइटेरिया ग्रेटर देन 40%। पासिंग क्राइटेरिया क्या है? ग्रेटर देन 40%। तो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। दोस्तों एक्सेल में किसी भी फॉर्मूले को अप्लाई करने से पहले इक्वल टू हम लगाते हैं। तो हम सबसे पहले लगाएंगे इक्वल टू, उसके बाद इफ़ ब्रैकेट ओपन, उसके बाद एवरेज परसेंटेज का एड्रेस मीन्स F7, उसके बाद ग्रेटर देन 40%, कॉमा, और फिर इन्वर्टेड कॉमा पास, फिर इन्वर्टेड कॉमा, इन्वर्टेड कॉमा फेल, फिर इन्वर्टेड कॉमा और ब्रैकेट क्लोज। इस फॉर्मूले में मैंने स्टेप दिए हैं। इफ़ अगर एवरेज परसेंटेज ज़्यादा हो 40 से तो रिमार्क्स में मेंशन करना पास, अदरवाइज़ फेल, इंटर। तो 47 जो है वो ज़्यादा है 40 से, तो पास। फॉर्मूले को कॉपी कर लेते हैं, कंट्रोल सी से कॉपी और कंट्रोल वी से पेस्ट। 60 40 से ज़्यादा है पास, 34 40 से कम है फेल, 88 पास, 33 फेल और 53 पास। तो दोस्तों ये पहली इफ़ की कंडीशन थी जो मैंने इसके ऊपर अप्लाई कर दी है।
Mahambuzai, and now I'm going to show you the tutorial of index function on MS Excel. Basically the index function is another kind of powerful lookup function in Excel. We can use index function to return some specific value in the table by looking the row and the column number in that table. In this video we have table of data containing information. We have to use index function to return the value at row 1 column 1 with this table. The first step is to enter the index command. As you can see, the function takes 3 parameters. First we have to enter the table or source of the data that the index function will use. We can provide the range of cells or named range for parameter. For example, we enter the range of cells to A2 till D6. Second parameter is the row position in the table, where the value you want to look up is located. It is the relative row position in the table and not the actual row number in the worksheet. In our example, since the table consists of cells A2 till D6, row number 1 will be cells A2 to D2, row number 2 will be A2 to D3, and so on. Since we are looking for a value that is located in row 1 of the table, we will enter the value of 1 for the second parameter. The third parameter is the column in the table where the return value can be found. Just like the second parameter, this value is the relative column position in the table and not the actual column number. In this example, we will enter the value of 1 to show that the value we want to return is in the column 1. Now that we have performed all the index number parameters, let's complete the command to see the results. We can see the value 10247. This is the value we have found at the intersection of row 1 and column 1 in our table. So this was the simple example of how to use index function in MS Excel.
Hello class, this is Hashma and I would like to talk about Microsoft Excel. We know that Microsoft Excel is a software program which is used to maintain.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Asim and today I'm going to tell you how to calculate the percentage in Microsoft Excel. Firstly, I randomly give marks out of 100 to all the subjects, like 78 out of 100, 67 out of 100, 89 out of 100, and physics 56 out of 100, and then Islamiyat 78 out of 100. Now I have to apply the formula of sum equals to sum. Then I select the column of marks, then press enter. Total marks is 368. Then I apply the same formula again. Then I select the column of marks, press enter, 500 marks. Okay. Now I have to calculate the percentage. So I have to do equals to, then I select this, divided by 500 total marks. Then I press enter. So I get 74%. So this is how you calculate the percentage in Microsoft Excel. Thank you so much.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Papiya Zafar. Today I am going to show you how to use sum formula in Microsoft Excel. As you can see on the screen, there are three columns. A column is of the list of expenses and B and C are the amount spent on them in January and February. First we will find the total amount spent in January and then February, and then find subtotal of both months by the help of sum formula. In January's total row, we will write the formula, which is equals to sum bracket on name of column. In this scenario it is B, so we will write B, and name of row. In this scenario it is 2, 3, 4, 5. Will I write B2, comma B3, B4 and B5, brackets off, and then press enter. Now we have found out the total amount spent in January. We will do the same for February. Number of rows and name of column. In this scenario it is C, so we will write C2, C3, C4, C5. And bracket off and press enter. Here we found out the total expenditure in February. Now we will find out it of both months by using the same formula. We will write the name of column B and row 6. We will write B6, comma name of column of February C and its row 6, and press enter. So here we found out the total amount spent in both months by the help of sum formula. Thank you so much for watching.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Huzafa Faraz and I am the student of Iqra University. Today my topic is if and or conditions. These are the conditions of MS Excel, how we can use in it. The if condition allows you to make a logical comparison between a value and what you expect by testing or a condition and returning a result if that condition is true or false. But what if you need to test multiple conditions where, let's say, all conditions need to be true or false, and or only one condition needs to be true or false, or if you want to check if a condition does not meet your criteria. These are the examples of if and or. Here the formula is spelled out according to real logic. If and A2 is greater than 0, B2 is less than 100, true or false. This table describes its description. The value of 2 is greater than value of value 1. If A2 is greater than B2, true, false. If A2 is greater than B2, return true, otherwise return false. It means the column B2 is greater than A2, so it's true. We get if B2 is less than A2, so we got false.